Damas y caballeros, buenas tardes y bienvenidos a Ciudad de México para el pasaje oficial del Gran Noche de Boxeo, sábado en la noche. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Mexico City for a big night of boxing action, and this is the official weigh-in, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. All the action will go out live around the world exclusively on DAZN. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great fight card. We have 8 fights in total with 2 title fights. And at the top of the bill, we have one of the most exciting super featherweights in the world in action at the Plaza de Toros. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring the fighters up to the stage so they can face the scale and face each other. Our first contest, 6 rounds in the lightweight division, making his way from Orizaba, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Felix Cruz. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He's undefeated as a professional, 4-0 with 3 knockouts, fighting out of Ciudad de Mexico. Please welcome Francisco Piña.
And so I came to see him to listen for a while. And there he was.
133.6 for Felix Cruz, 133.6. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Francisco Piña.
Singing my love with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song.
133 even, 133 for Francisco Piña.
With his song, I felt so flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he found my letters and read each one out loud.
Piña versus Cruz, 6 rounds at lightweights, Mexico City.
But he just kept right on, drumming my pain with.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest, 8 rounds in the middleweight division, and it's all brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing in association with Clase y Talento. Now making his way to the stage, he's undefeated as a professional, 6 fights, 6 victories, 3 of them coming by way of knockout. Fighting out Puerto Morales, Quintana Roo, Mexico, please welcome El Jaguar, Yisan Pacheco. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. His young professional record, 1 fight, 1 victory, and that victory came by way of knockout. Fighting out of Taraz, Kazakhstan, please welcome the Kraken. Please release the Kraken here. Albikan Amankul. Now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Yisan Pacheco. 161.8 for Pacheco. And out of the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Albikan Amankul. $160, bang on the middleweight limit. 160 pounds for Amankul. Amankul versus Pacheco. 8 rounds, middleweights, Matchroom Boxing in association with Clase y Talento. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next contest, 8 rounds in the super middleweight division. Brought to you by Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing in association with Clase y Talento. Now making his way to the stage, his professional record, 6 wins, 5 defeats. He has 3 draws, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Villahermoso, Tabasco, Mexico, please welcome Chano, Luciano Chaparro. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He is undefeated as a professional. 7 fights, 7 victories, 5 of them coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of the city of Turkestan in Kazakhstan. Please welcome Mr. Understand, Bek Nurmangobet.
Tides that I tried to swim against brought me down.
And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Luciano Chano Chaparro.
Come out of the things unsaid, shooting out of my head. Trouble that can't be named. Tigers waiting to be tamed.
169.4 for Luciano Chaparro. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated Bek Nurmangobet. $170.6 for Mr. Understand, 170.6 for Bek Nurmangobet. Nurmangobet versus Chaparro, 8-round super middleweights matchroom boxing in association with Clase y Talento. Ladies and gentlemen, the official weigh-in continues. Our next contest, 6 rounds in the super featherweight division, brought to you by Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing in association with Clase y Talento. And now making his way to the stage, his record 9 wins, 5 defeats, 1 draw, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Ciudad de Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome El Domador, Ulises Suarez Ortega. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. His professional record thus far perfect, 8 fights, 8 victories, 5 of them coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Orlando, Florida, USA, please welcome Jonathan Gio Lopez. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, El Domador, Ulises Suarez Ortega. $128.8 for El Domador, 128.8 for Ulises Suarez Ortega. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Gio, Jonathan Lopez. 132, bang on for Gio, 132 for Jonathan Lopez. Lopez versus Ortega, 6-round super featherweights matchroom boxing in association with Clase y Talento, live on DAZN from Mexico City. Ladies and gentlemen, the official weigh-in continues. Our next contest, 8 rounds in the super featherweight division. It's brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing in association with Box Stars. Now making his way to the stage, his professional record, 14 wins, 7 defeats, 2 draws. He has 1 win coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Victoria de Durango, Mexico. Please welcome Cuchis, Diego Andrade. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. His young professional record is thus far perfect. 3 fights, 3 victories, all 3 victories coming by way of knockout. He fights out of right here in CDMX, Ciudad de Mexico. Please welcome Alberto Mora. Now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Diego Andrade. $131.6 for Andrade, $131.6 for Cuchis. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Alberto Mora. 130.8 for Mora, 130.8 pounds for Alberto Mora.
Don't look back, let it go, and I'll make it right. Drop your act, let me in for one more night. One more night.
Mora versus Andrade, 8 rounds, super featherweights, Matchroom Boxing in association with Box Stars, live on DAZN. Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest, 10 rounds for the vacant WBC Silver Youth Super Lightweight Championship. And now making his way to the stage, his professional record, 10 victories, 2 defeats, 1 draw, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando de Aguascalientes, Mexico, damas y caballeros, Leonel Rodriguez. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He is undefeated as a professional, 12 fights, 12 victories, 7 of them coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Staten Island in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the exciting and hard-hitting Albanian bear, Rashad Mahdi. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Leonel Rodriguez.
One more night, just one more night. One more night.
142.2 for Rodriguez, 142.2 for Rodriguez. And now to the scale, the undefeated Albanian bear, Rashad Mahdi.
One more night.
139.2 for Rashad Mahdi, 139.2 for the Albanian bear.
I'm not invisible to you. Do my eyes speak true?
Mahdi versus Rodriguez, 10 rounds for the vacant WBC Silver Youth Super Lightweight Championship. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Mexico City.
And Matchroom has an eye on you. You're one of their favorite prospects. Big ideas and projects for you. How much pressure does that put on your career?
Not at all. Well, it was the little pressure. The most pressure it was the weight cut. You know, Eddie and my manager Keith kept telling me go down to 140, go down to 140. I'm like, I don't know, but you know, the weight cut was great. I came down 2.5 pounds on the weight, so 1.5 pounds on the weight. It came out great, so I'm ready to go. I feel great, and I'm ready to put on a good show. There's no nerves at all for me.
Now that you mentioned your weight, because we do understand that you used to be at 140, you came down to 140. You were at 147, you came down to 140. What did you do different, though?
Actually, it was a little bit more easier to lose the weight. I used to go in and wear sweats and all that stuff. This whole camp, I was wearing shorts and a shirt, but I was really cleaning up my diet and taking my time, and I didn't actually lose it all at once. So it was great. Thank you, Sergi, because you actually helped me out a lot. You used to yell at me for like, don't wear sweats. I'm like, all right. But it came down, it went smooth. I didn't work out yesterday, so I was already on weight, so it went smoothly.
That's beautiful. So what do we expect tomorrow?
Whole lot of class, you know, when it comes to boxing. So I'm looking at just to hit, not get hit, and hopefully take them out early.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest, 10 rounds for the WBO NABO Lightweight Championship. Now making his way to the stage, please welcome the challenger. Professional record 14 wins, 1 defeat. He has 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, please welcome Jeremy King Cuevas. Cuevas.
Is it real? Is it just a
And the defending titleist now making his way to the stage. His professional record, 19 wins, 1 defeat, 2 draws, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Damas y caballeros, Ángel Tashiro Fierro. Fierro.
What if I escape with you?
Now to the scale, Jeremy Cuevas.
What if I escape with
137.6 for Cuevas, 137.6.
if I escape
And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, Ángel Fierro.
What if I escape with you?
134, bang on. 134 for Fierro. Fierro versus Cuevas. 10 rounds for the WBO NABO Lightweight Championship. Matchroom Boxing in association with Box Stars.
We're here with Jeremy, the King Cuevas, all the way from Philly, and with very deep roots in Puerto Rico. So that rivalry has us all buzzing. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. How does that feel?
It's great. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, and I told him I didn't care where I had to go to fight. So we're here. We're in Mexico. We're in his hometown, and we're gonna fight him. We're gonna beat him, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring that title back to Philly.
Let's talk about coming to Mexico. This is your first experience at this altitude. How has it affected you?
Oh, we prepared for that. We have a machine that we hook up to ourselves that helps us breathe better, and it shows this altitude. So we're ready. We're prepared, and we're well trained. You know, we haven't made the weight in a long time, but you know, we're healthy now, and we're good. We're ready to fight. We're ready to go.
There's an old adage that says that styles make fights, and we know how forward and hard-hitting the Mexicans can be, but we also know how slick the Puerto Rican fighters can be. So how do you see this fight evolving?
I think that the Mexican fans are going to fall in love with me. They're going to fall in love with the fact that I have some Mexican style to my fighting, and I also have that Puerto Rican style of slick and boxing. But I can punch, I can fight, and I'll fight till I die in there. So I know that the Puerto Rican fans will love that.
We're looking forward to that. Even though a Colombian fan is going to be watching, I'm going to look forward to that fight. Thank you, Jeremy, for your time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We're here with Angel Fierro Tashiro. We're so excited you're getting back in the ring. And this is one of the greatest rivalries. Mexico against Puerto Rico in your hometown. How does that feel?
Estoy contento, ¿no? Es una pelea México-Puerto Rico, es una pelea muy importante para mí. Ya una vez logré vencer a un puertorriqueño y este no va a ser excepción, y menos en mi casa.
It's a very important fight. It's a very important rivalry between Mexico and Puerto Rico. I have already had one victory against a Puerto Rican, and it will be the same this Saturday.
There's something to be said about fighting here in Mexico. The fans are the best. They support their fighters. And this is the area where a lot of champions were built. How does that affect you?
No, me motiva bastante el que sea una ciudad donde haya grandes campeones, me motiva más a dejar en claro de que un puertorriqueño viene a casa y poder limpiar la marca, ¿no? De poder ser uno de los mexicanos que da gran rivalidad con México-Puerto Rico.
It's very important. It's very important because of the history here in Mexico, where there have been a lot of champions who have come here, and it's important because a Puerto Rican is coming over here, and I have to make sure that I'm one of those great Mexican fighters who are able to defeat Puerto Ricans in one of those rivalrous fights.
You're definitely facing somebody that's very hungry. How do you see this fight evolving?
Yo creo que va a ser una pelea muy atractiva para la gente, sin round de estudio, y que va a acabar en knockout.
It's going to be an attractive fight. There's not going to be a feel-out process in the first round. It's going to end in a knockout.
Well, there you go. That's your take on that fight. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you for your time.
Muchísimas gracias y un saludo.
And show me Mickey. I mean Minnie.
Mi baby. Ahí está.
Thank you so much. Gracias.
A ti.
Me encanta verte.
Great little fight and that is in association with Box Stars and Paco Presents. Great fight, can't wait. That's the co-main event. But ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to weigh in the main event of the evening. 10 rounds in the featherweight division. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing in association with Box Stars. Now making his way to the stage, his professional record, 33 wins, 5 defeats, 1 draw, with 21 big wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Barranquilla, Colombia. Here is the former WBA Fed Central Super Bantamweight champion, Jose El General Sanmartin. Sanmartin. And now making his way to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, his professional record, 24 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw, with 17 big wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando de Orgullo de San Felipe de Jesús, Ciudad de México, Distrito Federal, Mauricio, El Bronco Lara. Lara. Now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome El General Jose Sanmartin. $126.6, 126.6 for Sanmartin. And out of the scale, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome El Bronco, Mauricio Lara. 127.4, 127.4 for Mauricio Lara.
We were in love with the sun. We were in love with the sun. sipping on coke and rum. My head up in the clouds, but when I look back now, ain't nothing else I would do. When I spent the summer on you, our troubles all on the rocks. Our troubles all on the rocks, filling our plastic cups. And by the riverside, we spent those long
Mauricio
nights
Lara,
until the sky turned
Jose Sanmartin, 10 rounds, featherweights, matchroom boxing in association with Box Stars live on DAZN from Mexico City. Mexico versus Colombia in the main event. Estelar combate de la noche, sábado noche, Plaza de Toros, Matchroom Boxing, Box Stars, live on DAZN.
my feet down in the sand. You took the
We're here with Jose the General Sanmartin. He comes all the way from Colombia to face a very tough opponent. What was the motivation for you to take this fight?
Bueno, fue una pelea prevista, pero como todos saben, yo vengo preparándome desde hace mucho rato. A mí me gusta mucho estar metido en el gimnasio, solo esperando las oportunidades, y bueno, se presentó la oportunidad con Lara, y bueno, estamos listos para pelear con Lara y dar lo mejor de mí.
It was an unforeseen fight, but I always make sure that I'm prepared and stay in the gym and waiting for these opportunities. The opportunity came, and so we're ready to deliver a great fight against Lara.
So opportunities like these can actually make a fight brilliant. The case in point, Lara took that fight against Warrington and gave the surprise of the year. How does that apply to you?
Como te dije, viene siendo lo mismo, porque si a él también lo llamaron a Inglaterra para pelear con Warrington y dio la sorpresa allá en Inglaterra, porque yo no puedo dar también la sorpresa. Ahora no es sorpresa porque yo me vengo preparando desde hace mucho rato, entonces eso no, para mí no va a ser sorpresa, porque vengo bien preparado para ganar.
It's the same thing. They called Lara to take on this opportunity in Warrington, and he gave the upset in England against Warrington. But it won't be a surprise for me. If he can do the surprise, I can do it. But it won't be a surprise for me because I've been training for a very long time, so it won't be a surprise.
How do you see this fight ending?
Bueno, yo no soy un boxeador que pego mucho, pero soy un boxeador que va demoliendo mucho poco a poco al rival.
I'm not the kind of fighter who hits that hard, but I'm the kind that wears my opponent little by little, wears him down.
So you see this fight going the distance?
Como te dije, soy un boxeador que va demoliendo poco a poco, como se puede de distancia, como puedo trabajar por nocaut en cualquier asalto.
Like I said, I'm a fighter that wears my opponents down. It could end by a decision or it could end by a knockout.
Well, thank you very much for your time and best of luck, and we'll see you back in the ring tomorrow.
Muchas gracias por la oportunidad a ustedes.
We're here with Mauricio El Bronco Lara. You're back in the ring. How do you feel?
Hola, muchas gracias por estar aquí. Me siento contento de regresar a mi ciudad y estoy muy emocionado. La sangre me vibra ya de escuchar a toda mi gente y vamos a darle duro.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be returning here in my city, and I'm very excited. I can feel my blood rushing just to feel the excitement from the crowd here in my city.
Sanmartin took this fight, and he wants to make a statement against you, very much like you did when you went to England against Warrington. How does that make you feel?
Emocionado, sabemos que Sanmartin es un buen peleador. Venía de una racha de 7 victorias, le digo venía porque gracias a Dios vamos a ganar. Y bueno, sabemos que tomó esta pelea como un gran reto. Piensa que es lo mismo de Lara Warrington, y la verdad yo no soy Warrington, yo no subestimo, yo me cuido. Y la pelea va a ser a choque. Nadie me va a quitar nada de lo que he ganado.
Jose Sanmartin is a very strong fighter. He has coming off a 7-fight win streak, but that's going to end because he's going to be fighting me. I know that he accepted this fight as a big challenge, and he may feel like this is the Warrington fight, but I'm not Warrington. I don't underestimate my opponents. I take care of myself, and I think it's going to be an excellent fight.
When you have other fights looming, title fights, maybe even a rematch against Josh Warrington and maybe even Lee Woods, how do you stay focused on this one opponent?
Todo proviene de tanto entrenadores, familia, conocidos, de que ahorita nos tenemos que enfocar en esta victoria y después van a venir esos ingleses que los tengo ahí en la mira los dos.
It all starts with my team, the coaches, my family, all of us making sure that I'm focused on this thing that I have right now. And then afterwards, we're going to go towards those Englishmen who we have our sights on.
It's a mandatory question. This is a fight that we're expecting might not go the distance, but how do you see this fight ending?
Claro, no va a llegar a una decisión. Estoy en mi casa con mi gente y voy a dar un buen espectáculo.
No, it's not going to the decision. I'm at home with my people, and I want to deliver a great show.
Well, best of luck. Thank you very much, and I shall see you in the ring.
Gracias y muchas bendiciones a todos y no se pierdan mi pelea mañana, que van a ser un buen espectáculo.